Aquarius, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. Remember, guys, there's always an extended reading as well. Those links are down below in the description box, and I'll pin it to the top of the comment section too. You can also join me in the Unbound membership to this channel. You'll find it under channel memberships, and that Unbound membership will give you unlimited access to all of the exclusive content on this channel, because there's a whole level of content that nobody gets to see, that only the Unbound get to see. So I hope that you will join me there too. The astrology is really quite interesting because there are a couple of zodiac signs, most of them, that have, at least the way that I understand and look at the charts, two ruling energies, because they were traditionally ruled by one planet, and then new planets were discovered, which opens up and broadens our understanding of our universe, but also ourselves, because astrology is the study of the link between the universe and the self. How the self is a microcosm of the universe. So as we discover more about our universe, we really do discover more about ourselves, and perhaps vice versa, right, Aquarius? That as we discover more about ourselves, we are allowed to, our brains can expand to understand the universe more. So they work in perfect harmony with each other. This week, Saturn and Uranus is your modern ruler, and Saturn is your traditional ruler, are really, really contradictory to each other. They are squared to each other still. That's been going on all year. But the way that they'll impact you is quite different. In the Saturnian aspect, which is your traditional ruler, and traditional is really the aspects of you that are fixed. You know, you are a fixed air sign. And what does that mean? The way that you think. The way that you think can be what other people will interpret as stubborn. Or you are very certain and sure about your thoughts and ideas, and it takes a lot to persuade you to think differently or think another way. But there's this modern aspect to you as well, this Uranian aspect, which requires you to see things that other people don't see things that aren't there, to think beyond what's even been discovered yet, to think in concept, and be fascinated by it. It's this aspect, the Uranus is in difficult aspects to other planets right now. It's the Saturnian aspects that are finding harmony. So what does this mean for you this week? It means that, honestly, it's better to rest on what you understand. There will be a certainty, there will be a confidence, there will be a comfort, and there will be a capability in what you know, as well as the thoughts, the process of your thoughts, the way that you comprehend something is actually in quite harmony. It's in harmony because there's a grand trine, air trine in the air. This triangulation between Saturn, Mars, and the Sun. So this beautiful understanding about your capabilities, your capacities, and maybe even what your desires are, what you even want to get done, what's important, what you understand as who you are. Whereas the Uranian aspects, those pushing forward, wanting to move, wanting to change, wanting to rebel against what was, that will be shaky. So it seems to me that you're going to have a week of really, really being content with who you are and where you are. And anything that is trying to change that your reaction will be discomfort. You know, it's not the best time for you right now to maybe invent or create, but instead to sustain, maintain, care for, and honor. So let's get into the cards. Time to heal, which is a beautiful energy that is combining perfectly with these astrological energies. Time to heal is giving yourself a moment, like not moving too quickly. Time to heal is giving yourself time to to purge. all of those toxins, all of those sadnesses. Maybe that's why there's a steadfast. You need the support. So if anybody's willing to give you support, if any, you know, whatever gives you support, whatever makes you feel stable, being in a specific place or around a specific set of people, this is the time, like this week. Remember, this isn't your whole life. This week, it's just about let yourself be around those things that give you that stability. There's an ability beyond just stabilizing yourself, but also feeling certain enough and secure enough to face whatever has made you ill, whatever has made you uncomfortable or concerned, worrisome, stressful. All of that toxicity can come out if you surround yourself with stability and capable people. Time for a beginner mind. So you have to heal before you can move on. I feel here there's like, it's almost like you know you need to move on, but you also know I'm not going to be rushed, and you shouldn't let yourself be rushed this week, because healing has to come before actually being open to moving on. You could probably feel, and this is that Uranian energy, you feel that there's change in the air, you feel that it's coming, and you know that it's right, but there is a sense of, but before it happens, something must be prepared. Something must be completed. Something must be done. And healing is that particular essence of it. There's also a level of whatever you're beginning that's new, there has to be toxins sussed out. You ever see that movie, The Money Pit? I think it's Tom Hanks, and I forget who else is in there with him. But the bottom line is that's what it is. It's like, before I move in, I know that I've got a lot of work to do, and there could be, you know, asbestos in the walls. You know, you can tell vibrationally, or maybe intellectually, that something is not right. And so this is, I think, why you've decided to stand still and not push forward, and make the decision to trust your instincts, your intuition, and realize, yeah, there is definitely toxicity that needs to be released here. You're absolutely correct. Now, ask yourself, well, what is this about? What is it about? You let me know. Leave the comments, because I love reading your comments, and I love to understand how this is all playing out in your life, because ultimately this is an energy reading, and it, depending on what house on your natal wheel this is playing out in, it could affect different aspects of your life. So what is it? You let me know. What is it in your life that you're having that feeling of, not that you're not going to move forward, but there's a lot of work to get done. There is toxicity here. There is always enough. So there's always enough room for healing. There's always enough space. You'll be able, this Piscean energy is beautiful energy for this situation, because it's like, I'm open. There's enough to heal. There's enough understanding. There's enough compassion. There's enough places to be embraced and to be healed. There are, whatever you're figuring out right now, or whatever complications or challenges that are coming to you, there will be many different roads to a solution. And that's why I feel like there's a comfort there, knowing that, like, even though you may be afraid to confront this, on some level you understand that confronting it is necessary, number one. But number two, this is the way to healing. There's so many, this isn't a hopeless cause. Somehow you still have your eyes on a way forward. Now, this is emotional, right? There is always enough, meaning this is a very emotional time, but emotionally cleansing, emotionally purging. There's also a lot of unknowns, right? There's a lot of unpredictables. Somehow I'm feeling, once again, that's part of the cleansing. That's part of the good thing. Let's keep going on. Now, okay, I just heard this. Who out there is experiencing hesitancy with moving forward, because there's such an there's so much emotion that's why you're moving slowly. The toxicity may not be coming from external sources. It may be coming from internally. You're being guarded because you're being confronted with somebody or a situation that's so emotional, and you're not sure you can carry the weight of that right now. You're not sure that you have any birth or any ability to move forward or begin something new while you still have room to free up. There's still toxicity that needs to be released. We have love is all around and be at home. So one, be places where you will find stability, where there's already a level of comfort that is suggested for this whole week. Love, you will find love, you will find support, you'll find understanding, perhaps some comic relief and gladness, happiness, being near your home. This could also be an announcement that somebody that you've missed a great deal is coming home, or that somebody that you have a lot of conflict is coming home in order to resolve that conflict. There has been good talk between the two of you. There has been a good rapport going back and forth lately, and now maybe they feel, or you feel comfortable enough heading back home, heading back to where you are, or the two of you will be together. There seems to be negotiations on the table, which is really beautiful. Love is all around. This could be your also internal journey. Let me know. Your internal journey to being more comfortable with being more emotional. So something has happened, it's overwhelmed you, and maybe you're just now starting to be able to crack open bits and pieces of yourself so that you can feel the emotions, and you're feeling maybe more capable of being able to talk about them. You're feeling at home could be just a mentality or a feeling that you have now that says, you know what, I'm more comfortable with being able to open up about what I experienced, what I went through, knowing that there's some major toxins that are going to come out and need to be released. There's now a level of comfort, Aquarius, for you to talk about it, knowing that talking about it is going to necessitate feeling it. So that also means that you are more comfortable feeling whatever you need to feel, especially maybe bad stuff that you've tried to disassociate yourself from, or more difficult feelings. You actually want to now. There's almost like a, I need to get it out. I need to purge it. The toxicity needs to get out of my way, and you're going to be absolutely correct about that. Love is coming. There are signs. Love is all around and be at home, so you can be comfortable, and it's almost like more accepting of accepting compliments, more accepting of how much people love you and how much people want to know you and embrace you. There is just some internal work that you needed to do in order to make that very necessary space to feel comfortable with and feel at home with people celebrating you, people wanting to talk to you. This is potentially a very social time, at a time when you didn't want to be social, but there is a bridge here. There's a level of you will be able to be comfortable with this new energy that's surrounding you. It's supposed to change you. And maybe that's the change that is kind of difficult for you. There is a says a square, I think, to no, there's an opposition. Well, no, a little less than an opposition between Uranus and the South Node. So whatever you are coming from, whatever you had experienced, there is a sense of that could be causing the difficulty, or that's where the functionality lies. That's where you have to look to work on it in order to be able to stabilize and get things in balance. We have DNA here, so this is like the core of your existence. This could be family matters. This is deep, deep down cellular work. And then we have Apollo, who is all about creativity, who's all about being seen, who's all about the spotlight and the sunshine, bringing light to something. So it could be that there has all of a sudden, because of your courage and your discovery, you have brought light to something in your family line. could be genetic illnesses or disabilities. It could be, I never knew about this. It could even be that there is a sense of something in your genetic line that surprises you for the good. But it does have to do with figuring something out, realizing that something chemical, something, I think genetic, is inside of you, and it's the light, like bringing the light to it, realizing it and discovering it. Could even be that you're discovering some sort of parentage or some sort of maybe family that you did not know before. Discovering them or your connection to them. You may not be actually introduced to them, but you may be. It could be that somebody is calling you or wanting to talk to you that you didn't even know you were connected with. So there is a level of discomfort here, and I have to confront something that I'm uncomfortable with in order to open myself up to this new possibility. The new possibility is new and it is real. So I could say right now that it's confirmed if you were curious about it. But ultimately, yeah, the journey is more of one with your comfort and being able to actually even open your mind to it, talk about it, think about it, or allow the information to come into you. Okay. I want to go a little bit deeper. Oh, we got to get the moon card. Aquarius. Your hard work is paying off. Once again, it's almost like, oh, I just heard this. I'm so glad I just heard this. It's almost like what you have been working hard at, people are now starting to buzz about. People are now starting to talk about you. Not in a bad way, in an expansive way. And I think that you have wanted this. But now that it is real, now that it is actually manifested into reality, you're struggling with the reality of it. Because conceptually, it was easy for you to conceive of this. This was exciting for you conceptually. But the reality of it is making you confront your emotions. It's making you confront some deep-rooted fears. But ultimately, the importance of this becoming real is going to supersede that discomfort. Not going to make it go away. It's not going to negate it. It's not going to avoid it, but it's going to supersede it. So you know that it's something more important than your discomfort. So you are confronting the discomfort for the overarching importance of this next step in your life, because you have worked so hard to be here. You know, this is a beautiful time where people are discovering your thoughts. They're discovering your ideas. It is a fantastic time when you're going to get a lot of accolades or compliments. People are almost like seeing you or realizing that you're there for the first time when you've been talking about this shit for years. Things like that. This is it's a broadcast. It's like broadcast. It's a great time for you to broadcast because people will receive it. They'll understand it correctly. You will not be misunderstood or misinterpreted. The issue then is going to be simply to your private life. It's like almost like a bunch of people are coming knocking on your front door and you're like, how the fuck you get my address? That kind of energy. So it's so interesting how when we succeed and get what we want, it doesn't feel like we imagined, because in the real world, you are not in control of everybody's reaction to you like you are in your fantasies. In your fantasies, you can stop, pause, start over, recast, but in reality, you don't know who's knocking. You don't know the reactions. You can't be prepared because it's not all about you. It's a little bit more complicated. But Spirit wants to provide you with comfort right now, Aquarius, because your hard work is paying off. There's a level to you that recognizes, I better be happy here because this is what I've been working for, right? A win-win outcome is forecast, Libra. Does this have something to do with a relationship? Well, I'm going to dig into that because some of you already know that it does. Some of you already know. You're already thinking, oh, fuck yeah, I knew it was a relationship. Somebody that you're thinking of. I get it. That's awesome. This could be other things to other people, but your hard work is paying off with balancing out the scales so that you feel harmonious, you feel comfortable, or that you have been working very, very hard on sort of modulating and balancing your relationship itself. Full moon in Libra, and remember, Saturn is trine to the sun, which is in Libra right now. And it's also trine to Mars, which is about work. It is about pushing things forward. What are you pushing forward with Libra energy, with partnership? Because that is where the sun is right now. So that is where the focus will be. Are you pregnant? Is there an announcement about a household or a home? Announcement maybe not about pregnancy, literal pregnancy, but about something that you are giving birth to, that's something that you have created. This is really pleasant, beautiful energy when it comes to something that you have been like busting your ass for maybe years now. Let's go to the extended because I want to dig deeper. I'll see you guys there.